Good afternoon. Welcome to Sassy, Bling, and Things. This is Bud. I was going to show you a little bit of how to repair some of the jewelry. Sometimes it gets broken. So let's take a look at this. Right here is a earring. And you can tell this one is not going to be repairable in the shape it is. But what happens sometimes, because you can see right here, the part is totally broken. It should be like this on the earring hanging on that deal. So what happens, what I was going to show you, is sometimes these guys like this piece here on the fish hook, right here, it will come apart. And I'll show you one I got in the box that's not together. And it'll show you that it doesn't come apart. Let me get one out here and show you.
Oh my gosh.
How it looks when it is not all the way together. You can see it has a spring on it, and let the camera focus there. And this is opened up right here, so you can slide the jewelry onto it. You can see the opening here just kind of sprung
What
open.
Do you use to do that?
So sometimes what we do is you got a nice little pair of needle nose pliers. I like these long ones.
Or hemostats.
Or you can hold them with a hemostat in the other hand and you bend it open. So just like that, I bend it open enough. You can see now the ball will slide up in there like that. And then you will slide the earring back over it and back into it. And if you had one that hung on it, I don't want to break a pair open, but if you had one that hung on it, actually after you get it hanging on there, you have to slide the spring down like that, and then it shows it hanging there, and then you will take this and squeeze it closed very easily, and then once you do it, it's hooked back together like it's supposed to be. But like I said, very seldom do we get something like this. Unfortunately, we did. So then you come up and you have this pair of these little guys like this, and you can see they're all together, and the spring holds down over the end of it, and now you can see how it's held on there like that. So
isn't it like every once in a while
very,
you'll get a necklace that maybe the link's not all the way shut on it, or the clasp didn't catch?
That's right.
Very seldom out of the thousands and thousands of pieces of jewelry that we get does it happen, but every once in a while you might have a link that doesn't, or a piece that wasn't glued in good. And what do you do with that?
So this is what I was going to show you here next. This is a jump ring, and hopefully the camera will focus on it. You can see a little split right here in the split ring. It's a split ring, and this is called a jump ring. Well, when they get in such a hurry to put them together or take them apart, they don't go all the way together. So what you have to do is you spread it apart some more with your pliers, and a lot of times I'll use 2 pair of pliers.
Or 2 hemostats.
But I think I can move this without that.
You can get your hemostats real cheap on Amazon.com.
Or go to fishing
Amazon.
place.
Amazon.com has them real cheap.
Let me get another one that's not opening here. It's easier to see. So what you do is you take that ring, and when it's spread apart, you'll end up putting it back on to the piece of jewelry. And then it'll connect back together, and then you will squeeze the ring back together. You can see how it's even now once it's squeezed together. So it's just a matter of spreading it a little bit, put the link back in, and put it back together. Very seldom we'll get a necklace or something, and you'll see a little link gone out of it if you open it up. But we don't open every piece that we get, so you wouldn't see that. Now the other thing that happens sometimes, and I have to go get my super glue that's to glue some of the items back together, which sometimes it happens, and I think this piece right here, the stone did come off of it. So like I said, this one's not fixable, so we'll save it for another day. So sometimes you get the piece and all of a sudden, well, you see the stone's loose on it.
This one got
So
drawn.
what we use, you can see, if you can see the smear, that was the glue that they put on it. And they get in such a hurry to put it on there. Sometimes it doesn't dry, sometimes it does. So what I'm going to do is check the back of the stone, make sure there's not any rough sticking up edges on it, smooth. And they recommend the best is the E6000 you get at Hobby Lobby, but I prefer the next best is the Gorilla Glue Super Glue with the gel, and it works great. I haven't had anything come apart on it, but you want to make sure that you don't get it on top of the rest of the stone, and I think this will glue just fine with that on there without having to clean it off. So you want to shake up your glue, and then you bring it down. You shake it down so the gel will go into the not the cap, but into the spout. And it just takes a little drop, because this stuff can get messy. And if you get too much of it, then you end up getting on top of the stone. So some of the smaller ones, I would rather, it doesn't take that much. So now I've got that on there. The smaller ones, you can take some Scotch tape and tape over the top of the stone so you don't end up getting glue fingers on it. Because see, when it goes down there, it's going to spread out that glue. It's going to displace it. You can see it coming around the edge. So all I got to do is get a damp paper towel and clean that off. So you can see that's a whole lot more glue than they put on there. And then you let this guy set up overnight, But super glue is pretty fast. If you had to move it real quick, you could. But this is the best stuff, the Gorilla Super Glue Gel. And I picked it up at Tractor Supply. Or you can get it at your shopping center. So now that one is fixed and it's ready to go back in the bag and sell again. And I think that's about it, how we fix our stuff. I think, let's see, we can show you a bigger jump ring here. I just found these, and I don't even know, yeah. So this will explain a little better about the jump rings for your necklace. But I have also, Paparazzi has a kit they give you. Let me spread this here for us, find that spread in it without seeing it. It's hard to see. They do have a jump ring spreader. Alright, so here you see the opening there at my thumb, and you see how it opens up like that? That's all these do. Well, the smaller it is, the harder it is. So it takes a little more force to get the smaller one on, but you put that jump ring on there and then you rethread it back into your jewelry. And it should spring back. Now, sometimes, like I said, they get sent and they're open. And there's one little tug, and that's hung on something, and then the necklace comes apart on you, and usually 100 times out of 100, it has been the jump ring spread. So I take, like Sassy said, the hemostats, which I have a pair right here. These guys, they I got them for fishing. That's all they are. And so they would do a good job. It's extra fingers of holding it for you. So it would let me hold it in place. And I just crimp it down. Now I got a hold of that sucker. It's not going to go anywhere. Now I can spread it every time I want to. And back and forth, back and forth. It's not going to move out of my hand. Although I have to find the spread now. And I probably got it right on. I lucked out and opened it up right on there. So that's your snap rings that are your jump rings. Because snap rings are the other ones that thread on. And I don't think I have any of those, because all this jewelry usually comes with jump rings. So that's that. And we talked about the fish hooks, how they'll spread a little bit, and then you just put it back on there. And then also how to glue the stone back in place on a piece of jewelry that has come apart on you. So thanks for watching. I hope this is educational. It is going to happen. We have millions of pieces of jewelry, and they are in mass production and fast. So sometimes things just get through the mill too fast, and you get them and they come apart. Well, that's how you fix them. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next live.